Alright everybody, welcome to the SERL 2021 Truck Series. We are at Darlington this evening for a race. Gotta remember the number of races we've been through. I had it at the top of my head before we started, and when I started speaking it left my thoughts. So we raced number 7 of the season, as these drivers get ready to battle it out here at Darlington for 110 laps at the Lady in Black. I'm your host or announcer, Justin White, for this evening. While these guys finishing up their final practice, we will go ahead and play our national anthem. Alright, these guys are ready to get started and set their qualifying efforts. Let's see, watch this number 34 of Dylan Clark get out here and see what kind of time he can set. As he gets ready to take the green flag here for his first lap attempt. We have a few others out here giving it a go at the current time. Sails it off down in 1 and 2. Looks like he hits the preferred line. Dips it off of 2. Looks like he will be the first one to set a time. There's his first lap. Let's see what it comes out to. 29.694. Zachary Swicegood in the 24 truck here. Set his first time at a 30.809. Dakota Camper is setting his fastest lap of the evening. It's not the fastest lap of the session, a 29.727. He's going to have to get at least 1/10 quicker to best that 34 truck. Comes out of 3 and 4 for his final lap, upper close to the Lady in Black's wall as he comes by the start stripe. He almost did it. He is off by 0.007 of a second. I apologize that our overlay does not show 3 decimal places out. It only shows 2, but Dakota missed the pole quicker than a blink of an eye. Look at this 44 truck here. Darren Owens, as he is finishing up his second lap. See if he can take the pole. Nope, he best his first time, but now he is 29.936. Just a little bit off. Ooh, looks like the 6 of Dustin Madsen set a blistering pole, beating them all at the moment with a 29.619. Let's put our best times up there instead of intervals so we can get a better idea. Here comes our resident sim box button maker Doug Neal as he comes out to set his first lap. Comes in a 3 and 4 across the start stripe for the first time. And Doug Neal will be 5th at the current moment. Folks, this number here is showing as the 16, but that is the 00. Looks like he started to set his qualifying time but decided to possibly reset. He's going to be showing in the 16 truck tonight when he should be in the 00. 25 of Todd Mays in that what it appears to be Chick-fil-A, the Lord's Chicken truck. And if you don't get that joke, I apologize. There's an inside joke that we call that the Lord's Chicken because the founder is of a Christian faith, and they were put underneath public scrutiny a couple years ago, so the term the Lord's Chicken has been nicknamed for the Chick-fil-A. They serve some dang good chicken. It looks like he is in the outside wall of 3 and 4. Looks like he will not best his time of 7th place at the moment. We have nobody else out there on the track. We're still waiting for this fabulous truck right here, the 87. Looks like this truck right here was painted by, if I got my information correct, it was painted by his nephew, a 7-year-old nephew, if I've got the information correct. See if we can get a little bit of a better view of this truck. We always want our youngins to show their artistic side, and this is definitely one that wants to show it. I'm still waiting on him to set his fastest time, set a qualifying lap as the 12's coming out. Christopher Pendle, he is now coming out to set. He has just left pit road to set his fastest time of the night. Let's see if he can beat the 6 truck, Dustin Madsen, as Dustin sits on the provisional pole at the moment. Ooh, as he gets within inches of that wall coming off of 2, he was close. He is getting using every inch of this track, because you will here at the Lady in Black, you will have to use every inch of this track because he'll make you use it. As he comes by for his first complete lap, looks like he's going to set P8 as he goes for a second lap. Usually the second one here is a little bit faster. These guys try to push the envelope a little bit more. Looks like he got a little bit loose right there coming off of 2. See if that's going to make a difference on setting his fastest lap. We're trying to get him to beat that provisional pole center Dustin Madsen in the 6. And yes, oh no, Christopher Pendle jumped to P2, just not fast enough to set the pole. As we flip over here to this 87 truck, he has just now come out of pit road. Let's see what kind of time he can set. Looks like he was a little bit slow on that first lap. He may be ramping it up, trying to get the tires a little warm before he lets it go. As he is, if I remember correctly, he is a 3-time winner here in the Truck Series. May just be a 2. I may have miscalculated it correctly. 1, 2. Yeah, he's just a... No, he is a 3-time winner in the Truck Series. Yes, as he jumps to the provisional pole with 2:11 or 2:10 left to go in the session. He is your pole sitter at the moment. Right now we're still waiting on this 00 to possibly come out and set his time of the evening. He's still sitting there on pit road. Makes you wonder if he's maybe burning a little bit of gas out of that thing before he decides to give it a go. Let's wait. Let's jump in the cockpit and see if that truck is running. Let's turn the music down here and see if that truck's running. No, that truck is not running, it would appear. Nope, that truck is not running. As we come down to the last minute of qualifying, we want to thank our official Truck Series sponsor, Tony Smith. Get up my script pulled up here. Tony Tony Smith is our official SERL Truck Series sponsor. Go follow him over on his Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Sixer1K. That's SIXXER1, the number 1K. Like I said, we appreciate him sponsoring the Truck Series. We want to also thank Doug Neal and Simbox for an overall SERL sponsor. As we get ready to set, looks like the field is now set, and let's run through our grid here. Oop, there we go. Setting on the pole will be our 3-time winner, the number 87 of Justin Michael. That will be... There we go. Oh, no, see if I can get a better angle here. The 87 of Justin Michael will be your pole sitter with a 29.559. Starting P2 will be the 6th of Dustin Matson. Starting P3 will be the number 12 of Christopher Pendle. Starting 4th will be the 34 of Dylan Clark. Starting 5th will be the number 3 of Dakota Camper. And in the number 27 truck, starting 6th will be in the DQ machine, the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. Starting 7th will be the 77 of Doug Neal in that Simbox machine. Starting 8th will be the 44 of Darren Owens in what looks to be Tostino's chips truck. Starting 9th in the 25 truck will be Todd Mays in the Chick-fil-A Ford F-150. In an unsponsored truck, starting 10th is the 71 of Gregory Fronick. Starting 11th starting 11th in the 24 truck will be Zachary Swicegood, and looks like the 00, which he's showing a 16 in this, but he's the 00 of Blake Giglio. Starting 13th will be the 99 of Michael Christopher. Starting 14th will be the 56 of Dean Clavitt. Starting 15 will be the 16, the actual 16 truck, Joey Doucette in the Simbox Chevy Silverado. Starting 16th will be the number 18 of Christopher Howell. Starting 17th will be the 97 of Kevin Franks, and starting 19th will be the, starting 18th will be the number 13 truck of Jamie Lee Dunning. As we get set to go 110 laps here at Darlington, the lady in black. Better pull them belts tight one more time right here on the initial start, because this place is slick. It is hot. It is 80, well, it's not that hot. It's 83 degrees. These guys only have so many sets of tires as the pace truck gets ready to pull off. And we are ready to get underway. So we put the field in the hands of the 87 of Justin Michael, our pole setter. And green flag is out. We are underway. Ooh, looks like the 12 of Christopher Prindle got a little bit of wheel spin there as they head off down in turn one. Looks like the 00 of Blake Giglio. Looks like he spun it around a little bit here. Let's take a quick look. It's not on a caution, but we'll back it up and take a quick look and see what happened. Looks like he just, ooh, they all stacked it up because somebody, looks like they missed a gear. Blake, instead of running into him, decided just to spin it out to hopefully save his truck. Looks like he's got very minimal damage as he gets it back rolling again. We'll see if he can make up some time on the leaders. Jump back out here to our top position. As the current time in the race is 7:34. As the sun goes down with this race going on, this will transition from a sunset race to a night race. And those who are fast now may not be fast later in this session. As right now the Dustin Madsen is all over the 87 truck of Justin Michael. Let's see if he can keep up with him. It looks like when Justin gets out front and sets sail, he is consistent, hard to pass, and just is fast. I mean, he's got 3 wins to show it. Dustin Madsen almost got him to the wall there a little bit. Looks like the 12 of Christopher Pendle, looks like he got a little bit free. Back out and give you a whole look at the top 5 truck battle here. Especially the top 4, as the 6 is looking for the lead. The 87 just kind of rolls out of the gas and lets the 6 have it, as the 12 looks to capitalize, diving underneath the 87. Looks like he will not have the run off the corner, and the 12 will end up losing a position to the 3 of Dakota Camper. As we are only on lap 6 of 110, our first stage will come at lap 50, and that is either under caution or not. So these guys are racing to lap 50 for the first stage, and we give points for the top 10. As these guys are battling out, these are your top 5 trucks at the moment. Your fastest at the moment, last lap, was the 13 of Jamie Lee Dunning. He ran one of the faster laps last lap. Let's see who runs a faster lap this time around. See what happens here. As the car gets ready to come across the start finish line, let's see who sets the next fastest lap, or if it's going to be Jamie again. Oh, it is the 3 of Dakota Camper. He is a 10th faster than our leader as he has passed the 12 truck, Christopher Pendle. And he has set his attack now on the 6th of Dustin Matson. My apology, folks. I am just trying to look for the point system here and see if I can pull that up for us at some point during this race. Make sure I get it accurate and correct for us. Looks like Dustin Matson is out to the lead, and he is matching pace with Dakota Camper at the moment. Those two are literally running the exact same lap times, so see if I can pull up the correct gap difference here for us. Dustin Matson has jumped out to a 1 second lead over Dakota Camper, and now it's down to 0.8 of a second. Oh, back up to a second. See if we can find us a couple of good battles here for you guys to take a look at. Looks like the 12 and the 87, those two guys are looking to trade spots again. Doug Neal in the 77 is qualified 7th, is already up 1 position. We got Mr. EOL requester himself, the 16 of Joey Doucette. He is up 5 positions from the P15 start to P10 now. As he is just looking to set consistent times here and hopefully slowly make his way up to the front. We'll see if we can get our track map to show up. It may pop up here in a minute for us. We'll give it a minute to reset and see if it will pop up, as Dustin Matson just crossed the start-finish line a couple of seconds ago, about 10 seconds ago, and Joey Doucette is now crossing now, so the 6 is just coming out of 2 as Joey crosses the start-finish line. That's the difference in the difference between first and second, as the 3 of Dakota Camper has been reeled back in by the 87 of Justin Michael. Justin Michael is looking to make a pass and jump up to P2 again. He was our pole sitter, led a few laps, kind of fell back. One makes you wonder if he's saving his tires a little bit. consistent, so he can run these guys down. And Dakota, looks like Dakota is going to freely give him the second position. So now the 87 truck is going to set his sights on that 6 of Dustin Madsen as we close down. Ooh, Dustin into the wall. Looks like Dustin may be trying to drive it a little too hard, knowing that that 87 is coming at some point, because we know that he's fast and consistent on these 1.5 type tracks. We'll see if he can start reeling them in as we close down to 30 to go to the end of the stage. Now, we do not throw the caution for the end of the stage. We just keep on racing. Let these guys battle it out. So far we've went 20 laps without a caution. See if we can continue this and roll on through this race. Because right now it looks to be one of who has the faster truck at the start compared to the middle of a run compared to the end of the run. Let's take a look at another battle here between Doug Neal, the 34 of Jonathan Cog, 34 of Dylan Clark, the 77 of Doug Neal, the 13 of Jamie Lee Dunning, and the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. Ooh, as the 77 got on the brake, binders hard, and the 13 into the back of him. Hopefully that 13 truck doesn't have too much front end damage to cause too much of a issue with cooling, as he is going to lose a position to the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell. And it looks like he is now under potential fire from the 99 of Michael Christopher. As you can see, he is got some serious front end damage on that truck. We have no idea where that came from. Looks like the 13 of Jamie Lee Dunning is in the wall a little bit right there. The 9 out of Michael Christopher. I'm not sure where he got that damage from. He keeps to be flirting with the outside wall. Hopefully he'll be able to keep going. He's putting air on that front right tire, so that might actually help him be a little bit faster. We'll take a look at the 6 truck of Dustin Madsen as he closes in on some lap traffic. Looks like he just got around the 71 of Gregory Froenig, and he is now getting ready to pass the 97 of Kevin Franks. Go back to almost our first initial caution, the 00. Blake Giglio looks like he has already got a little bit more damage to that truck on the from the lady in black Darlington. They've been trying a little bit too hard to play catch up. Looks like that 44 of Darren Owens is running some serious damage on the front right and the right rear as he gets a little bit loose coming out of 2. Go back in here on the 6 of Dustin Madsen as he closes in on the 97 truck to put him a lap down. That 87 truck has closed that distance a little bit to the 6th of Madsen, but not as much as I thought. It was 2 seconds, now it's down to almost 1 second, but like I said, these guys will, well, maybe I didn't say it already, these guys will have to pit, as our pit window looks to be between lap 33 to, well, maybe 30 to 37. We'll call that the pit window. I think 37 will be the far stretch of the pit window. 30 to 33 will be the earliest I will come is these guys are 5 or maybe 6 laps, depending, maybe 10 laps away from hitting pit road, depending on how they want to run it. So far, nobody has hit pit lane yet. See, nobody is on pit lane there, and we have, that's a race off pit road, but nobody is on pit lane at the moment. Six looks like he's closing in on the 18 and the 97 to put them 1 lap down. It looks like the 6 gets a great run out of 1 and 2, and then he struggles a little bit in the middle of 3 and 4 because he jumps that lead out to almost 2 seconds. Like I said, he's got to battle with some serious lap traffic right now, as these lappers are not required to move out of the way. They own the track just as much as he does. They just have to maintain a consistent what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent, predictable line. The 6 is just going to have to work his way around them, as that is going to allow the 87 of Justin Michael to close in quickly on our leader. He got it down to a half a second now. I wonder if Dustin Madsen is getting ready to start putting the bumper to some of these guys to make them get out of the way. Looks like the 97 is going to look to pass the 18, as the 6 is now going to have a roadblock. Thinks about making it 3 wide. Nope. Decides against it. Guess he'll get around the 18. Now let's see if he can extend that lead back out, but that 87 of Justin Michael is right there. He's pulled within under half a second to him. Let's see if lap traffic plays a role in the lead change. As you can start to see, this sun is starting to set. No, we haven't taken our first set of tires yet. And these guys are still, it's going to come down to who wants to pit first, because whoever pits first is going to bring the entire field with them, and with them quickly. Ooh, as that 44, wow, he hit the wall, outside wall of turn 2, bounced it into the inside wall, and it got stuck in the wall. But no caution, we stay green and clean as the 6 finally gets around that 97 truck. Oh, here's one on pit road. Now, oops, I already missed it, is the 12 of Christopher Pendle. He is pitting probably right in the middle of this sequence of the window, pit road window here. Let's see if he brings anybody else with him. Oop, we're on pit lane. As the leaders are now passing the start-finish line, let's see if anybody in behind them decides to pit. It looks like no takers this time. So the 12 is going to have some really fresh tires when he comes out. See, oh, looks like the 00 of Blake Giglio is now hitting pit road. Looks like we don't have any other takers this time. These guys are probably thinking fuel mileage now. If you can extend this out as far as you can, he's all over the 6, looking he's going to dive down into 3 and 4, looking to take the position away. I may have been wrong on the pit window. I think I got my information incorrect. It might be 47. So we'll see here. Oh, nope. It's about, maybe it's still maybe lap 40, because we got a few more takers. Whoops, on pit road here. Looks like the 13 truck, the 99 truck. Going to be on pit road. The 24 is on pit road. I keep hitting the wrong. Oh, as we have an accident between our leaders, the 6 and the 87. Those two guys got into it on pit road. Let's go back and take a quick look at that. See if we can get a better view of it here from the blimp. We're going to back this up real quick and see what happened. It looks like the 6 is going to pit. 87 decides to pit. These two come down and, ooh, looks like the 6 side swap the 87. The leaders get taken out, take each other out. And then the 3 of Dakota Camper right there as he just rolls on by. That's going to wipe away any type of lead these guys had. Let's take a look at the race off pit road here between these guys. There goes the 3. There's the 87 and the 6. And then there's the 77 and the 71. This has closed that gap up quickly for these guys as Dakota Camper will be your new leader. He was almost 10, 12, 11 seconds back. The leaders took each other out and it changed a fortune. 18 has not pitted yet. He has stayed out a little bit longer than everybody else. Looks like he'll come down pit road this time. If you can see him start to flash, let's see if he's going to miss pit road. There's the commitment cone. Oh, he barely makes it. As your new leader, looks like it's going to be the 12 of Christopher Pendle. So far, it looks like he is going to be out to a good, substantial lead of 7.5 seconds. That shows you what those fresh tires will do for you. He pitted 7 laps ago, and the guys behind him pitted 4 laps after him, and he is out to, but almost, it was a 7.5 second lead, but you can see it start to drop like a rock. Fresh tires mean everything here. At this old, worn-out surface, as Christopher Pendle is running that preferred lane. Let's go ahead and go in. Let's take a look at the cockpit as he gets ready to come by the start-finish line. We'll take a lap with him. You get an idea of how he runs this track. Here's the start-finish line. Up against the wall, he'll dip it right down to that white line, let out of the gas. Then take and kiss it right up against the wall. And then as he comes off of 2, he'll, ooh, get a little bit loose. He'll hit that apron just enough to give it a little bit of extra turn. Now 3 and 4 is a little bit more of a narrow turn. It's got a little bit more banking in it, but it's not as big of a radius as 1 and 2. So you'll have to slow it way up in the middle. That will be a lap with Christopher Pendle. Another 3 of Dakota Camper. Let's watch him take a lap here. Oop, looks like he's gonna, the 87's gonna pass him. We're going to 87 truck. You see a little bit of front end damage on that truck from him running in with the 6. The 87 is going to run that second and a half to third seam in 3 and 4. He's going to come across the start line now. Let's see if he dips it on that apron a little bit. Looks like he will barely touch the apron, give a little bit extra turn in the truck. Come up, sweep it wide to the wall, and then touch the apron again as he comes off 2. Back down the bowling backstretch. He'll run that higher seam of 3 and 4. If I remember correctly, 3 and 4 has a little bit more of a progressive bank in it, so you want to run it a little bit higher there to get that speed. And there's a lap in the 87 truck. We'll jump back out here to our leader, Christopher Pendle. That lead has been cut down to under 6 seconds. So let's see if now it's 5.5 seconds. See if, oh, looks like Justin Michael got around the 6 of Dustin Matson. He got around the 3 of Dakota Camper. Now he set his sights back up there on our leader, Christopher Pendle, in the 12. Just take a quick look at that truck. You can see some significant damage from where the 6 got into him. Let's go look at the 6's truck. The left front suspension. Don't see too much damage there. So maybe the 6 used his fast repair. He had to use his fast repair when he had that damage. So because these guys get 1 fast repair. So it looks like he may have went ahead and just used it to be on the safe side. As we close down in on the stage, go back up here to our little Christopher Pendle. Looks like Christopher is probably going to, back out to the blimp here, he is going to easily probably win the stage. Knock on wood here. I'm going to give him the broadcaster's curse as he comes out of 3 and 4. This is the last lap of the stage. Now we will not throw the caution. We will keep on rolling. So this is a big points day for him. If he can stick out front here a little bit more without, ooh, looks like he had a few guys in behind him getting a little bit. Looks like the 25 or the 24 hit the wall, but there is your stage winner. Christopher Pendle. 2nd, Justin Michael. 3rd will be Dustin Matson. 4th will be Dakota Camper. 5th, the 77 of Doug Neal. 6th, Michael Christopher. 7th, Dean Clavitt. 8th, Jonathan Cogswell. 9th, Blake Giglio. And 10th will be Todd Mays. That will be your top 10 of stage 1. Like I said, we're not throwing the caution. We keep on rolling. We keep it green. As these guys are closing in on halfway of this race. Christopher Pendle may have figured out something here. He's kind of maintaining that a little bit of a lead over Justin Michael with 4 lap Fisher tires. So hopefully he can keep it out here long enough out front for when it's time to pit. He'll either be the leader or be right up there close to the leader. Pit, get fresh tires, and then jump it back out to a 7, 8, 10 second lead like he did on the first pit stop. And if he can do that, his strategy right now without a caution is almost perfect. It looks like he can probably go, see, he first pitted at lap 33, 34. He's on lap 19 of the 20 of the run, so he's got another 14 laps. So that's going to put him at almost lap 77. No, 67. So he'll have to pit, looks like 2 more times at least, but may fall right in his wheelhouse. See if he can maintain this little bit of a lead he has right now. 2.83 second lead over Justin Michael. As while these guys got through the end of stage 1, one of my little favorite segments. Let's throttle up that volume. that was one of my favorite segments there. Throttle up the volume, let you guys get an idea of what these guys are racing and how close they are to each other. As that 12 of Christopher Pendle looks like he is going to hold on to this lead up to his pit cycle stop, which is coming up soon, especially if he goes based off his previous cycle at lap 33, 34 of his run. So that is coming up here in the next 2 to 3 laps. Let's see what he decides to do. We'll keep an eye on him as we go back here. It looks like the 27 of Jonathan Cogswell got a little bit loose. Maybe, or he was trying to drop around a lap car. Look at the 6 of Dustin Madsen. Let's see, he's closed it down to 1.5 second, almost a 1 second lead or difference between him and first place. As you can see, Christopher Pendle at 12 on the left-hand side of the screen, Dustin Madsen in the center of the screen. And he's closed it down to a second gap as the 6 is closing in on his pit if he follows his last cycle. It'll be this time, either this or next time will be his when he needs to pit. He may stay out a few more laps here. Or at least until he surrenders the lead, which would probably be what I would do. Stay out until the lead, until you had to give the lead up to the 6. Pit, hopefully not end up speeding on pit road. Get as much as you can, get off, hopefully jump out to a 10-second lead and just hold on to it until. But at the moment, these guys are going to have, they're going to be cutting it close on fuel. They're going to be right at it right now. Got 44 to go. So I told him going to lose the lead this time. He may have to stay out a few more laps too. Ooh, as he's in the wall there. See what he does, see if he decides to hit pit road or if he decides to stay out. I'm probably going to stay out because I want to try to hopefully, nope, looks like he is now hitting pit road this time by. Oh, he better get it down quick. He's going to miss pit lane. He almost missed it. Let's see if he ends up actually missing it and getting an unsafe pit entry. We'll keep an eye on it as he surrenders the lead to the 6 car of Dustin Madsen as we get later and later in the evening. We're down at 8:09 in the sim time, which the sun has now basically set, putting this entire track under out of the sun, so it should start cooling off and we should start seeing the speeds pick back up. The 12 is still sitting there on pit road. As now he starts to roll off. I don't think he got a penalty. He's going to cut it close. And now he has got to get back on the gas and get out of there and hopefully get a pretty good size, substantial lead. As there's nobody hitting pit road now. So, but he's got to be out there for 40 laps. I think he could do it. Some guys out there pushing 36, 37 laps now. So I'm thinking if he saves enough, just don't burn the tires up. Just be consistent. Ooh, looks like he's gonna get caught behind that 71 truck. Didn't get out of the way quick enough for him. So we'll keep an eye on him and see what happens. We jump back up here to the leader, Dustin Madsen. He's out to a 3-second lead over the 87 of Justin Michael. Looks like Dustin is calling for pit this time. Possibly. Nope, he may have been saying thank you. Sometimes I don't recognize everybody's voice in the chat, so hard to tell. There's the 87 truck. You can see some of that significant damage there on the left rear. Well, let's see what he does, see if he decides to use that fast repair on this pit cycle, because this looks like this will be the last pit of the race. And here comes the 87. He is now on pit road. See if he can get it woed down. Looks like he will be able to. See if he brings anybody else with him. Here comes the 99 of Michael Christopher. He is pitting. I'm going to say the 6 is probably going to end up coming this time or next time. Once he recognizes who's pitting. But he may also choose to stay out a couple extra laps. Here comes Doug Neal. He's down on pit road. He can definitely, looks like he can make it to the end now. Just run 37 laps. He's got 36 to go. He definitely can make it. 13, the Jamie Lee Dunning's on pit road. He can make it from here. As here comes your leader, Dustin Matson, in the 6th. Let's see if he can get it down pit road without hitting anybody this time. Looks like the 3 Dakota Campers now on pit road. Looks like we're going to have the 56 and the 27. Looks like those guys are going to hit pit road this time too. Let's go take a look at the 87 of Michael, of Justin Michael. Yep, he definitely used that fast repair this time. Knowing that we're probably going to go green to the end. Best just to go ahead and hang on to it as we watch the race off pit road here between some of these guys. There's the 13 off. Oh, they're not rolling, they're just now finishing up their pit. So here comes the 6, our leader, out of pit lane. Should have the 3 fall right in behind him. There he is. As we'll jump back out here to the 87 truck, you'll see the 6 is going to pull it running behind him. As the 87 pitted a lap earlier than him. But the big jump is going to be the 12 of Christopher Pendle. He looks like he's out to a 7.5 second lead. Maybe more. Let's see as it cycles through. Nope, 6 seconds it looks like maybe. So not quite as big of a lead as I thought he would get. But we will see how this plays out for him. Because you know these guys behind him are going to be pushing hard. Maybe they'll make a mistake. Christopher Hill just needs to be smooth and clean. And I think he might have a chance of winning this thing. I don't know if he can make it to the end. He's going to be cutting it close on fuel. We know the guys in behind him have enough fuel to make it to the end for sure. But the question mark is the 12. Does he have enough? Because the next thing he wants to, I definitely know what the 12 wants to see. He wants to see the 87 and the 6 mix it up. But that 6 has got a 2-second gap he's got to make up to the 87. And I think the 87 is now just turning the wick up. So he is definitely pushing harder. So we'll see if Matson can make up that difference. Christopher Pendle is having to work through some light traffic there. Looks like the 97's on a little bit fresher tires, and a 25. So when they catch him, it depends on how quickly they get around, because that lead has been cut to 3 seconds with 30 to go. I was going to look to dive down underneath Chris, but just thinks twice about it. Lead is down to 2.5 seconds. Just depends on how he manages to let this light traffic navigate around him. As he tried to leave the outside lane open, it wasn't available. 97 was going to dip it down low here in one. It looks like maybe. Nope. 97 got out of the gas. Now we're down to a 1.5 second lead over Justin Michael. Looks like that 2 second gap between Michael and Matson is holding. Now the 87 has pulled up to the back bumper of Christopher Pender and looks to pass him outside. 12 is going to pull back up in front. Going to try to keep him in behind, but 87 is going to have just a little bit better run into one. Dives it up underneath him, clears him. Now he sets sail to hopefully greener pastures. Dustin Matson has closed up that gap to under a second as well. This heavy lap traffic is race right now. Now the 6 of Matson's going to have to negotiate the lap traffic here as these guys are side by side. 6 is going to have to get around clean to have any chance of catching Justin Michael. And the 6 truck is the 12 is in the way. 6 is going to close that gap and just pass right on by him. Now we're down to a 2 second lead for Justin Michael. So now let's see if the 6 can work his way up and possibly challenge for this win as we come down to 24 right now. 23 is time by. There's your leader. The difference in gap. As you can see, Justin Michael there on the blue nosed truck, and up there at the top of the screen in the greener. Get a better angle here. Select the blue angle. Get you guys a better look at the gap. That's 2.1 seconds. There you go. This one may help a little bit. You can see the leader in the top left of your screen just left the screen. The 6 is behind the 16. That is the gap difference. You can see him now of 1.8 seconds. Let's see if the 6 can reel him in as the 6 is using that 16 truck, but using his draft to hopefully catch up. Let's do a rundown through the field here real quick. Here's your 87 truck, Justin Michael. He has been kind of battling for the lead here and there. 12 all night. Now he pitted that last lap, 16 laps to go. Has enough fuel to get to the end. And let's see if he does. We can talk about the 6 of Dustin Matson. He is now to a 1.7 second gap between him and the leader. He's usually been reeling in Justin Michael and challenging him for for the race lead. Right now it looks like he may be saving his tires a little bit. See if he can close up that gap since he gets into the wall in front of him. We talked about Christopher Pendle. We know he is going to be cutting it close on gas. He pitted 22 laps to go. If he goes 20 to go here, he'll be out for 43 laps. He's going to be pushing the upper gas mileage range, so we'll see if he can make it to the end. We got the 3 Dakota Camper. He's not been a real factor for the lead in this race, but he did take the lead from the first 2 trucks on that first pit cycle through as those 2 wrecked each other. Dakota took the lead, kept it for a little while, and then had to surrender it back to him. So right now he just got under the 16 of Christopher Pendle, the 12 of Christopher Pendle. And he jumps up to P3. Maybe he's been saving it. Maybe he's going to be a factor at the end of this race. I think if we get a late restart, he will definitely be a factor. We know he's got enough gas to make it to the end. He only pitted 17 laps ago. Then we got the 77 of Doug Neal. Me and Doug ran 134 laps here last night in the trucks, so we definitely have some experience. We know that being consistent on this run is ideal, as that 12 is going to lose another position. Makes you wonder if he is saving gas hard to get to the end. Maybe kind of miscalculated it. Got back to the sixth place truck, Dean Clavitt. He's not been in the mix tonight, but he has been consistently hanging back here, just kind of hanging on. As he sits in P6, we definitely know he's got enough to make it to the end. 99 of Michael Christopher, not just the Michael, but the 99. Ooh, as he's in the wall, the 27 is going to jump up underneath him to take the position away. He's just been kind of holding the top 10 position, not really had a damage on the front right side. Looks like he's not fixed it. So he looks like he's just kind of being consistent, kind of rolling around, collecting points. Looks like Jonathan Cogswell has a pretty clean truck. He's just being consistent, slowly working his way around these guys, letting these guys wreck, tear up the race trucks, and hopefully he'll give himself a top 5. Back here to the 00 truck. He was one of our guys that got caught up in that early pit road, start sequence. Look at somebody spun the tires, missed a gear. He got caught up in that, spun it around. He's rallied back up to a 9th place position. That's pretty good for him, considering the circumstances at the start of the race and no cautions. And then our top 10, the 97 of Kevin Franks. He's just being consistent. Looks like his truck's pretty clean. He may have used his fast repair, and he's just moseying along, trying to gain as many points as possible. So he can get ready to go another lap down. As the 87 of Justin Michael closes in on him. We'll drop back here and show the look at the gap difference. As you can see, the 6 is reeling in that 87 as we close down to 13 to go in this race. These 2 have been the fastest trucks all night with the 12. I said the 12, looks like the 12 had to pit for gas, or he is saving as much as he can. As the 6 has now got it down to under a second. He is reeling in our leader. But as everybody knows, if all racers know, it all changes here. Catching them and passing them are 2 different beasts. So he's got to catch them first, but once he catches them, let's see what happens as he's now got it down to under half a second. I wonder if that 87 is kind of backing off, just kind of maintaining the gap a little bit. But all night that 6 is reeled in that 87 at the end of a run. And we're seeing it again. And you watch these two battle it out for the race win. As we come down this time, looks like he's going to close it to a tenth of a second. We're down to 10 to go in the race. We've run 100. We've got 10 to go. So let's see if these guys can battle it out and see who can collect the win, as the 6 is now in the wake draft of the 87. This 87 truck his mirror is filling up full of that 6. As the 6 looks like he gets a great run down. It looks like he is breaking it hard into 3, and now he's closed it to a truck length. As we come down through 1 and 2, 87 pulls it out to another truck length as light traffic is now in the way. Let's see if light traffic plays a role in the end of this race. 87 should be, or 6 should get it woed down almost right to him. Here we go. Still can't make the pass. Still can't close up. Gets a little bit loose out of 3. 8 to go this time by. And this is your basic primary battle for position on the entire racetrack, is between 1 and 2. Everybody else is so far apart that there's no battle going on. This is a big battle at the moment. Let's see if we can get an exciting finish out of these two. As live traffic pulls out of the way. 6 to go, or 7 to go. I think the 6 truck's going to have to get a little bit better corner of 1 and 2 to have any chance of catching that 87 truck in 3. We know the 6 is better in 3 and 4. He gets a great run right here. Here's his great run. He's got not moving flirting with that wall. He doesn't want to get it too close and get collected in it, because then that'll probably end up setting sail. Allowing the 87 to set sail. Back it out here a little bit so you guys can see these two battle it out as they go out and off in the 1 and 2. Six truck's going to pull right back up to his bumper in 3 and 4. Let's see if he can get a good run off. No, Justin Michael will pull it back as we go down to 5 to go. 5 laps. 6 got a better run in 1 and 2 that time. 87 looks like he got a better run. Looks like he's picking up the draft from the 00. Blake Giglio picking up a good draft as the 6 dives it in there. And he's got that braking zone figured out going into 3. Closes it right to the bumper. Go down to 4 to go. Makes you wonder if he is thinking about potentially diving in there and using a slide job on him, maybe dooring him a little bit. We'll see. He dives it down in there again. Oh, looks like he's almost going to get the wall. No, he does not. Go down to 3 to go this time. 3 laps. I said, I think that 6 truck has got to get a better run in the middle in 1 and 2 to have any chance of catching them in 3 and 4. I just don't see it happening unless he gets that 1 and 2 fixed. Catch him. Pulls right back up to the bumper again, but the 87 is going to pull back out. We come down to 2 to go this time. 2 to go. Justin Michael just gets right through 1 and 2 so cleanly. It's so smooth. The 6 is just, it looks like he's struggling a little bit with tightness as it wants to drift to the wall. He dives it back down there in 3 and 4 again. He's not closed up as much as he did before. Let's see what happens as we are down to 1 to go in the Darlington 110. Actually be the Darlington, I'll have to figure out the distance. Looks like the Dustin Matson is not going to get that good of a run. Looks like this is going to be his last chance of anything. Justin Michael's got his biggest lead. I'm going to try to send it down there one more time. Not going to do it. There's your winner. The 87, Justin Michael, your 4-time SERL Truck Series winner. He has tamed the Lady in Black and come home with the race win. And we'll take a brief moment here and we will be right back. Alright, welcome back. Sorry for the brief delay. We're going to bring up our third place finisher, Dakota Camper. Hey Dakota, this is Justin at the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, it looks like you come away with a P3 finish there. Looks like you were a mix in about the quarter run of the race, and then kind of fell back there. Did you get a little bit of damage, or just lose the handle on the car?
No, I was just having issues trying to keep the right front on it. I really didn't have anything for Dustin or Justin. I just need to change my name to something with an Ustin. I think that'll make me faster. It must add about 10 horsepower.
10-4. Understand that. So, did you see those two wreck coming into the pits on that first sequence, and then kind of like licked your chops, thinking, "All right, I may have this in the bag."
Yeah, we were all on the same voice channel. I heard something happen. I didn't know what. When I was diving into the pits, I saw them both sitting on the inside, so I dove in a little bit harder and got in front of them. I thought I was going to be able to lead a lap, but I think the 12 short pitted, and I never did get one led.
Yeah, he definitely had that short pit sequence, and I think he actually miscalculated and was going to run out of gas on that last pit stop. But good job on P3. You got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Unchained Motorcycle Ministry. I got them on the truck. They do such good work around the Bristol area. I want to give a shout out to the Logan and Cody show. Pretty cool that they allow SERL to have a segment on their YouTube shows. So check out Logan and Cody show on YouTube. And appreciate you for doing the broadcasts. And I'm going to go back and watch Justin and Dustin and see how they got so far ahead of me on that last run.
10-4. Understand. Well, good job, and we'll let you go celebrate P3.
Absolutely. Y'all have a good one.
All right, you too. All right. That is our P3 Dakota camper. Let's have our second place finisher, Dustin Madsen, come into the booth here. Hey, Dustin, this is Justin. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got your copy.
10-4. Good job there on the P2. Looks like you were trying your best to get to Justin Michael, just couldn't do it. He was able to kind of, I guess, best you. It looks like he was better in 1 and 2. You were outbreaking him in the middle in 3 going into 4, pulling right to his bumper. Did you have anything left, or just kind of burned it up there with a couple laps to go?
Oh yeah, I definitely burned it up there, especially because I was driving into 3 and 4 pretty hard, trying to gain a little bit there. I think I had to push the truck a little too hard, trying to get through traffic there. So I was trying to, get rid of that gap, and I got there. I just couldn't quite get around.
10-4. What happened on that first pit sequence? Did you not realize that the 87? The 87 was going to pit and just got into him, or was it a late decision by him to pit?
I honestly need to go back and see that one again. I thought that he maybe was there, even though the spotter wasn't really saying it. So I kind of but I didn't see him at all. And then all of a sudden I saw him kind of right there. He was in front of my nose, and I guess I probably clipped him or whatever. So once that happened and he turned his nose into the wall, I basically just held the brakes until he could get going. I wasn't gonna, leapfrog him in that situation. So I just held it there, and, figured we'd kind of get back going again once we got out of the pits, and thankfully we had a little bit of pace to get back to the front.
Yep, 10-4. Yep, you were able to rally up for a P2 and almost got him there. You were reeling him in there at the end of the pit sequences. So you definitely had the speed in the truck. Just needed possibly a few more laps or a little bit fresher tires. So good job on P2. You got anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just shout out to the SERL guys for having me come out and play with them on Saturday night. So
10-4. Well, we're glad to have you, and good job on P2. And we'll let you go celebrate it as we go and talk to our race winner.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. All right, there was P2. Now let's get Justin Michael in here, our race winner. Hey, Justin, this is Justin in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Pretty good. Been off between my social commitments with weddings and whatnot. It's been about a month since I broadcasted, and you guys have run a race or two since then. So glad to be back in the booth. Good job there on the win. Looks like you struggled there a little bit early in the race, maybe the middle of the race. Were you just trying to be consistent, save tires, and hopefully get to the front in due time, or were you struggling with the handle of the truck?
No, you just gotta race the track and don't race the other people. So I was just letting them go, letting them burn their stuff off there early on, and we started to catch back up. And I guess we were another lap or two probably would have passed him before that first pit stop, and I think that was my fault. I got to go back and look at it too, but I think I came down a lot on him. So I just I practiced my pit entries in the middle of turn 3, and he practiced them, I guess, going into 3. So it was just 2 different styles. So,
Yep.
but yeah, I think that was my fault. I'll go back and look at it though. But overall, it was a good race. That middle run was terrible. A couple lap cars. I got some damage from them. So I struggled there. I just burnt my tires off trying to keep going fast, and I almost ran out of gas there on the last run because the middle run I had to run so hard. I had to pit a lap earlier than I wanted to.
10-4, yeah. The going green from start to finish was definitely not in the cards for a lot of these guys. I didn't think they planned on it. We usually have a natural caution of some sort. That happens, and it did happen tonight. We stayed green from start to finish, and you were able just to stay consistent and like I said, let the track come to you, and able to squeak out your 4th win this season. So good job on that. I want to give a shout out to you on the paint scheme. That is an awesome paint scheme. We always want. I think was it your nephew who painted it?
Yeah. I have one for tomorrow too. For my nieces did, and but I was talking to my one niece who likes to draw and color. I said, hey, do you want to paint a car for me? So I gave them all a piece of paper with it, and I gave my nephew a truck. I said, hey, paint me a truck. And so he did, and I really like it. So he did really good. He's 6, so but he did a good job on it. So I'm glad I was able to win while running it.
Yes, sir. Hey, that artistic talent, you want it to come out. You don't want to stifle it with children. No matter what age they are, you want them to express themselves in art or some form or fashion. So kudos to you for that, and we want to tell him thank you for the truck, because that's a good for a 6-year-old or 7-year-old. That's a pretty good looking truck. So
yeah, he's 6, and I know he's probably in bed, so I'll let him watch this tomorrow and watch the last couple of laps and stuff. So I know that beginning of the before the race started, you were showing it a lot too, so I'll show him that as well.
Yes, sir. Yep. Trying to, like I said, just want to encourage that artistic side. But good job on the win tonight. Do you have anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Just everybody out there watching. Hopefully it was a good race, and you guys for calling a good race as always. It was a fun night. It's a really good race, I thought.
Yes, sir. It was fun, especially those last 10 or 15 laps. That was a great race there at the end. So
Absolutely.
Good job, and we'll let you go celebrate your 4th win of the season, and we will see you. I don't think we're here next week because of the 4th. We'll see everybody here in 2 weeks, but good job.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, see you. All right, what? All right, so there was your top 3 finishers of the evening. We have gotten through several races this season. Justin Michael is your 4th time winner this season. That there is your unofficial results. Hopefully next time we'll have a better point update for you guys. I'll be a little bit more on top of my game. The summer kicks in, so my social commitments and whatnot keep me very busy during the summer. But we appreciate everybody tuning in. As for the schedule, next week we are off because of the 4th. So next time we will see you will be July the 10th, and we'll be at Charlotte for 100 laps at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We look forward to seeing you guys then. And like I said, we appreciate you guys tuning in. And this is Justin White signing off. I want to remind you to stay on that lead lap.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was